Okay, but what's the alternative? Because we like that stuff. Hi, welcome to my channel. It's your Holistic Honey, and today I'm coming with a quick video on why I am not eating Cheerios anymore. So this is editing me, and I just wanted to come on here and clarify before this video begins. So this is not specific to Cheerios. This is not even specific to General Mills and like these larger companies. This is literally specific to anything that you put in your body that comes in a package that has an ingredients label and that has a nutrition label. Like, this applies to anything. I think that it would do us justice if we become more aware of what we're putting in our carts, what we're putting in the baskets, what we're putting in our bodies. So that requires to not just take it for face value, aka for the marketing label, what's on the front, but actually turning it around, reading the back, because they're making their money off of the marketing. I'm not just shading Cheerios, I'm not just shading breakfast foods, I'm helping us to become more aware of just products, how they work in general, how the marketing is a scam, and how to dig a little deeper so that you know exactly what you're putting in your body. I'm going over all of this in the video. Let's get into it. So I have this app on my phone called Yuka. You can scan stuff. So I'm gonna scan this box of Cheerios. No, it's underneath. So it has a score of 8 out of 100, and let's click on it to see why. So it has like all of this on it. So it has 2 additives: triple potassium phosphate, which is an antioxidant. Phosphate containing phosphorus, a chemical element that is essential to the body. However, according to ANSYS, our phosphorus intake is now 2 or 3 times greater than needed. Excess phosphorus may increase the risk of cardiovascular disease, disrupt calcium metabolism and bone mineralization, and negatively affect the kidneys. So they also have scientific sources, and you can type that. So they have like different studies. European Food Safety Authority put out an article in 2019, a couple of articles. The National Agency for Food, Environmental, and Occupational Health and Safety is where the rest of the articles, the scientific sources, are coming from. So honestly, I trust the European because they really try to take out the stuff that is added into our food, and they put labels on it. I feel like they're way more advanced. Like, if I see an ingredient, I'll Google, is this banned in Europe? Like, that's literally what I do, because they tend to care a little bit more than the folks we're dealing with. So it's saying sugar is too sweet, 12 grams of sugar. So every 4 grams of sugar equals 1 teaspoon. So that is 3 teaspoons in 1 bowl of cereal. And I know, well, I'm gonna speak for myself. Me, I'm gonna have 2 bowls because I'm grown, you know, I'm not 5 years old. I need at least 2 bowls of cereal. So that is 3 teaspoons in 1 bowl. So that's 6 teaspoons just for breakfast. It says calories, a little bit too caloric. It's 140 calories. And then sodium, it says it's a bit too much sodium at 210. So that's 420 milligrams of sodium from 2 bowls of cereal. That is a bit much. But they also give you recommendations. So they have the Kashi Heart to Heart oat cereal, and it's like pretty much their version of Cheerios. It also has the Catalina Crunch. So I've heard good things about Catalina Crunch. I would definitely like to try it. And by the way, the Kashi is 100 out of 100, so it's excellent. That's about to be my new go-to. The Catalina Crunch keto friendly cereal, 78 out of 100. And then granola, they have it. And Cascadian Farm is 58 out of 100, so it's okay. 3 Wishes, I think it's a newer cereal brand, that's 90 out of 100. And then it just has like other stuff. Oh, the Target brand, Good and Gather, it is the organic honey nut pops, and that's 61 out of 100. So it's not that good, you know. 61 out of 100 is okay. It's labeled as good, but you know, they have one that's 100 out of 100, which is the Kashi. So I would go with that. I would go with the Kashi or the Catalina Crunch. I'll probably go with those 2, or the 3 Wishes. I'm not really sure what that is sold. I would imagine probably like a Whole Foods, a Sprouts, something like that, like a, you know, upper echelon. But it could be at like Vons and, you know, H-E-B, stuff like that. I'm not 100% sure because I've never sought out that brand. But this is an app that I use for almost everything. Like, if you go to my history, it's like everything from soaps to body washes to drinks. They don't do protein powder yet, which kind of sucks. So I use it for everything: toothpaste, mouthwash. Like, I highly recommend the Yuka app. If I do purchase processed things, I tend to use this app to see if it's worth me putting in my cart, if it's worth me putting in my body, you know, things like that. This app definitely has woken me up to a lot of things I thought was like, okay, because, you know, let's look at marketing. So it says it always gonna say something about the cholesterol. It's always gonna say it's healthy for the heart. It says can help lower cholesterol as part of a heart healthy diet. That's how they got me. I was able to have this in my house growing up because I was like, it's good for my heart. You know, it says good source of calcium, good source of fiber with 12 vitamins and minerals. So that's why it's always important. This is for show. This is for marketing. You got to look at the side. You got to look at the label, the nutrition label, to really determine if it's worth buying or if it's worth putting in your body. If you're looking at this, like all of that, it doesn't look too bad, but that's if you're actually eating a serving size. Who is bringing out their measuring cup and measuring 1 cup of Cheerios? Are you doing that, or are you filling your bowl all the way up to the top? Because I know what I'm doing. That's the latter. I highly doubt that people are actually measuring it out to 1 cup. That app has helped me a lot. And then like even just like looking at the ingredients right here, cornstarch. Where is the corn coming from? Is it getting sprayed by a whole bunch of chemicals and things like that? Probably is. Whole grain oats. You know, all of this stuff is not organic either. So whole grain oats is the same thing as getting sprayed. Canola oil and or sunflower oil. Now first I need y'all to know which one is it? Which one is it? Is it the canola oil or is it the sunflower oil? How is it and or? Is it either? Is it both? Is it one? Is it the other? Those are answers we need. And then the vitamin E added to preserve freshness. So another thing for me is anytime something needs to be added in to preserve it and it needs a stabilizer to be on the shelf, I'm just like, I probably shouldn't be consuming it. Not to say that, you know, I'm never going to consume it again, but it makes me cautious of how often I consume that need to be shelf stabilized. And that is why I'm, you know, trying to lean into a whole foods plant-based diet. And I'm not saying I'm just eating plants all day, because I do still eat meat that I get from the farmer's market. I have my egg lady, my meat lady down to the farmer's market. So I still do consume, you know, poultry, seafood, things like that. Not pork, not red meat or anything like that, but I'm very conscious of what I put in my body. Now, you know, my parents are in town, so I've been a little bit relaxed, but you know, in my everyday life, I really try to keep it together because it's really a slippery slope because of the things that they put in it. It makes it taste good. Like they literally put chemicals in it to make it taste good. Like they have the perfect blend of synthetic chemicals to make it taste good, to make you want to keep buying it. Like that's the whole thing. That's the whole goal. And then they have the marketing in the front saying, oh, it's healthy, it's healthy. If you turn it to the side and you really read it and you really research the ingredients, it's not that healthy. So this is not to say that you can never have a bowl of Cheerios again, or can never, you know, if you actually download the Yuka app and you use it, that's not to say that you can never have those things again, but this is just to keep in mind. And I feel like when this is at the top of my mind, it helps me to make the better choice most of the time. And I'm not saying all the time because I'm not perfect, but most of the time it does help me make the better choice. And especially I love this app so much because it actually gives you alternative recommendations. Because I hate when people, you know, when I scroll on Instagram, they're just like, don't eat this, and there's news and this and this. Okay, but what's the alternative? Because we like that stuff. Like we grew up on that stuff. Well, I'm gonna speak for me. I grew up on that stuff. So like, what's the practical thing that I could replace it with? Because if you don't replace it with something, you might do it for a little while, but if you don't have a replacement, you're gonna go back to it because it's just like, I miss this taste, I miss this crunch. And if you don't have a replacement, you're gonna go back to it. So I love this app because, and this is not a sponsorship, but that would be a blessing. It gives you a breakdown, it gives you the sources, it gives you recommendations. You really can't ask for more. So I highly recommend. And I know that there's other apps. Another one is called Think Dirty. I haven't played around with it too much because honestly I'm so used to Yuka, but I do want to experiment with Think Dirty to see if they're able to scan some of the stuff that Yuka it doesn't scan. Like if they scan protein powders, that's gonna be a game changer. I highly recommend that app. I highly recommend you actually flipping, regardless of what it says on the front of the package, flip it over and look at the ingredients, because it's going to tell a different story. That's what they don't want you to know. They are putting extra stuff in our food that doesn't need to be in there. And I'm trying to live as long as I'm supposed to live. And I'm not trying to put anything in my body that will take any days off my life, any hours, any minutes. I view life as precious and as a gift. So I'm trying to steward my life well in mind, body, and spirit. That's what this whole channel is about. Being your best self in mind, body, and spirit. So Yuka, being more aware, taking my time in the stores, flipping around, reading the nutrition labels, reading the ingredients, that is a big takeaway for me. And so I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope that you were able to receive and hear some new information. If you have any questions about the app or anything else, or if you have a suggestion on a topic or a video or any other content you want to see from me, please let me know. And without further ado, I will see you in the next video. Bye.